Hi guys, I am Vianney and I prepared this video that talks about Don Porfirio Diaz, his life, ideals and his incredible participation in the history of this our country, Mexico. Okay guys, let's start.
Porfirio Diaz, full name is José de la Cruz Porfirio Diaz Mori, was a Mexican military, politician, and dictator. He was born in Oaxaca de Juárez, Mexico, on September 50, 1830, and died in Paris, France, on July 2, 1950, at the age of 84 years. The time he was in command is known as Porfiriato and goes from 1876 to 1911, regardless of the 4 years led by Manuel González, as Porfirio Diaz was his shadow. Diaz studied at the Seminary of Oaxaca from 1843 to 1846. Then he joined the National Army to fight in the war between the United States and Mexico, in which the English-speaking country sought to invade the land of Diaz, but it did not reach to fight. The armed conflict finished before the young man avoided returning to the seminary to join the law area of the Institute of Science and Arts of Oaxaca. While he was a student, after seeing the serious family economic situation, he performed occasional jobs, including carpenter. During his time in the institute, that is, in the decade of the 50s, Porfirio Diaz met Benito Juárez, former governor of Oaxaca and teacher of the institute. After graduating, Diaz was also named professor of the same. It was at that time, when the Jutla Revolution took place, that it rose against the mandate of Antonio López de Santa Anna. Thus, in 1871, the mandate of Juárez was reaffirmed. In 1872, the second French intervention in Mexico would happen. General Diaz made a great performance in the clashes which took place. Among others, in Puebla, the city was invaded by French troops. General Porfirio Diaz managed to escape and led the defense of Oaxaca. He was about to be defeated, but in 1877 he managed to subdue foreigners. In the same year, Diaz married his niece Delfina Ortega Diaz, whose mother was Manuela Diaz. Several children of the couple died 1 or 2 years after their birth. Only Porfirio and Luz would reach adolescence. Diaz had early love affair with an indigenous woman named Rafaela Quiñones, where Amada, her first descendant, was conceived. In 1871, after being defeated electorally by Juárez, Porfirio Diaz initiated the Revolution of the Noria in order to dethrone the president. The movement was illicit because Benito Juárez died in 1872 and Sebastián Lerdo de Tejada was his interim successor. Later, Lerdo de Tejada would be the president from the period 1872 to 1876 and tried to be re-elected. Diaz was against him. For that reason, it decided to face it by means of the Revolution of Tuxtepec and was winner. Porfirio Diaz, along with Juan Méndez, was interim president until, in 1877, he officially received the position, and his first period ended in 1888. In that year, Delfina would die. The general was replaced by Manuel González. In 1881, he married for the second time with Carmen Romero Rubio, who would accompany him until his death. In 1884, he returned to the presidency and made constitutional reform to legalize the succession of terms. Then he would be re-elected 6 times until 1911. In 1993, he extended the period of governance to 6 years. In addition, Porfirio Diaz received multiple national and international decorations, including the Legion of France. After losing power, decided to go to exile in France, country where he died, accompanied by Carmen. He only left sentience and memory. The Porfiriato lasted 35 years, but his appointments will be eternal due to the historical importance he had in the North American country. Some of his most famous phrases are "Poor old Mexico, so far from God and so close to the United States." Humanity wake up. Maturity is knowing how to set priorities. In this training of my life, only one desire remains: the happiness of my country, the happiness of mine. I can separate from the President of Mexico without regret, but I cannot will live stop serving this country. I have waited patiently for the day when the Republic of Mexico is ready to choose and change its rulers in each period without danger of wars of the make to national credit and progress. I think that day has arrived. I feel hurt a part of the country took up arms to bring me down, and the other crossed his arms to see me fall. Both of them were inevitable to me for a lot of things. Porfirio Diaz, the most perfect dictatorship that Mexico could have had, contrasting with the dictatorship of the Institutional Revolutionary Party from 1876 to 1911. This man of ingenious origins not only exercised an omnipotent control over the political, social, economic, military, and even police of the country, he also promoted education, the against dollar, the commissionary performance both inside and outside for Mexico. For Limantour, General Diaz was an worker who dedicated all this time his outstanding ability and great strength to create the well-being of his people and the development of his country. No aesthetic has cared less about his own interest. No aesthetic has cared less about his own interest, pleasure, or comfort. Others accuse him of malinchista, betrayed by power, some who prevent freedom of expression and target the most vehement tradition of indigenous communities. In fact, according to French critic Roland Barthes, Porfirio Diaz has been stripped of its historical quality. The pro-revolutionaries called him the monster of evil, cruelty, and hypocrisy, the most colossal of the criminals of our time, the central pillar of the system of slavery and autocracy. This imbalance between neo-Porfirism and anti-Porfirism has caused this character to transcend in a meeting of anarchy, corruption, and slaughter. All his remains are still buried in Paris. Don Porfirio Diaz continues in the memory of Mexico.